Hi everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Elisa Popescu, certified personal development and relationship counselor, and this video is for all of you who believe in love and want to make the most out of your relationships. Relationships are complex. There are so many things we all wish we knew sooner than later in order to avoid the pain, frustration, disappointment, regrets, and wounds that come with not succeeding in love. So reflecting back on my own experience and those of others, I have selected a top of 20 things I wish I knew earlier on about relationships that I'm going to share with you in the minutes to come, and I know they will change your life. So let's get started. Number 1, listen to the voice of your intuition or gut feeling, because apparently it doesn't lie. Oftentimes, the course of our relationship proves us that we were right about what we felt in the beginning about our partner. So never underestimate the power of your lucidity before falling in love, before sleeping with someone, before becoming emotionally entangled or codependent in that relationship. Number 2, we attract partners that recreate familiar situations and energies to us, although in the beginning they might seem quite the opposite. Psychologically, we are inclined to do so, especially if we operate on autopilot and we haven't healed certain aspects about our relationship with our parents or with ourselves. For example, if you had a rocky relationship with your father in your childhood, right now in your relationships you may seek to create a corrective experience with your partner, so you will attract someone that will create the same dynamic that you are so familiar with. Number 3. We are with the right partners at the right moment in order to learn certain lessons and evolve as human beings. Relationships are a means to our own healing and growth. From a spiritual perspective, our partners will trigger our wounds unconsciously in order for us to heal them. We won't always succeed to heal or stay in those relationships, and that is fine. Some people come with a reason for a season. But what you will have to remember is that the lessons that you have not learned will keep coming back at you until you learn them. So running away from your partner is not the solution. Face your shadows. Number 4, never enter a relationship based on someone's potential. Look at who they are in this very moment, because this is who you're dealing with and building with. You know, a lot of times as women we tend to be impressed by a man's tenderness, a man's words, a man who wear his emotions on the sleeve, a man who had a more painful past. But you know what? Mothering a man, it's not the answer. Keeping him accountable for his actions and his words is. And it goes the same way around. Number 5. You can predict the success of a relationship based on the behavioral patterns that you both have. And if none of you is willing to change, chances are that what bothers you now about each other will be that thing that will break you up in a couple of years. You know, in the beginning we tend to forgive a lot because all is new and we can't be sure about our partner's patterns of behavior. Sometimes we think, oh, that's a one-time mistake. But when damaging behaviors keep repeating themselves over and over again, those reveal patterns of behavior. And if you're not willing to put in the effort and break those patterns, do some therapy to heal, your future is predictable. Number 6. Couples that you believe they belong together will break up. Couples that appear to be a hot mess will remain together. That is life. Hitting a certain amount of years together and not getting married oftentimes leads to parting ways. And all of this for different reasons. Different people have different expectations, and some of them are easier to please, some not. Some stick together because they found a person who is compatible to them. Some are really able to compromise a lot. Whatever camp you're part of, don't beat yourself up. Breakups are hard, my loves, but so are you. Number 7, do not be afraid of breaking up, but don't rush into breaking up either. As Marianne Williamson says, every partner is your soul's assignment. Do your best to understand your partner and your wounds that are calling to be healed. Do your part in becoming a better partner based on your significant other's output and your own self-reflection. Do not give up. Change is hard indeed, and if you can't change on your own, try individual or couple therapy. If you did your best, if you gave your all, and the relationship is still not working, let it go gracefully. move on. Time heals everything. Number 8, the deeper you'll heal yourself, the more meaningful, peaceful, and healing of a relationship you will create. It's obvious, two partners who take care of their own mess won't bring it into the relationship. If you want to see your relationship prosper, both you and your partner have to dedicate yourself to your own growth. Remember, insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting different results. Don't be insane. Number 9, your parents are not invited to the party. Exactly, you heard me right. Your parents are not invited to the party. Avoid sharing a roof at all costs with your parents, no matter how compatible you all are. Because even if they are your parents, it doesn't mean they are allowed to walk barefoot into your relationship. Your intimacy is sacred, and so is theirs. Number 10, and this one is really, really important. If you have issues, be careful who you go to for advice and what you share with your family and close friends. They will never be able to forgive your partner the way that you can, so avoid spilling the tea unless it is the last option you have. Choose therapy when you can and protect your relationship from outsiders, especially the ones that crave for what you have, because inviting them in is a breach into your union. Number 11, common virtues and common vision are the two V's that you cannot go on a lifelong journey without. End of story. Number 12, relationships go through different stages. Discovering each other, understanding each other, accepting each other, settling down, recreating passion, and so on. Learn to love your partner how they want to be loved by learning their main love languages and their 5 core emotional needs. Number 13, love lays in closeness and desire lays in distance. It will be deceiving to expect to feel the same sort of butterflies for your partner 10 years down the road in your relationship, but chemistry can be kept and revived. Create a bit of space to spice up your life without fear. Number 14, a man remains in love with you if he feels that you do not need him but rather desire him. Truth is that the majority of us tend to develop a bittersweet codependency with our partners throughout time, especially if we are in a long-term relationship. And in order to keep things functional, it is recommended for you to become self-reliant in other aspects of your life, for example, the financial one. Otherwise, you tend to, build a bit of resentment in time and maybe some feelings of powerlessness and helplessness and full-on dependency as a woman, and that is not something that you want, is not healthy and recommendable for any of you. Number 15, you are not responsible for anyone's healing, be it emotional or physical. No matter how much you love your partner, there is so much that you should do or can do for them. Healing is a very private matter, and we should treat it as such and respect our partner's timing and decision. If you think about it, maternal love is leading the way and mature love is respecting someone's way. Number 16, you are not all the drama that you create in a tense moment. It all stems from your childhood. But you cannot have a healthy relationship unless you become aware of the skeleton in your closet. Based on our relationship with our main caregivers, very early on in our lives, we develop what psychologists call attachment patterns that dictate how we manifest in our relationships later on. It is incredible how many fights and suffering can be avoided in a love relationship by realizing that the drama that we create is not us, but rather all of our emotions and fears that remained unacknowledged, untalked about, and unhealed. Some great ways to grow out of your childhood issues and become a better person and a better partner are developing self-awareness, studying psychology and philosophy, journaling, and going to therapy. Number 17. Sometimes people doubt they have made the right choice of partner. And if you feel the same, ask yourself one question and one question only. Do you like who you have become while in the relationship with them? Because that's a compass to where you're heading, my love. Both adults are responsible of their growth, but environment matters a lot too. The seeds can be great, but if the soil is not, fingers crossed about the harvest. Number 18. Pray about your partner's weaknesses instead of talking about them. Pray for God to change your heart about things that hurt you. Pray to God to guide your partner too. Prayer is the alchemy of the heart and the most powerful weapon you actually have as a human. Surrender and leave it all in God's hands. Number 19. It takes two to tango. If you did all you possibly could and your relationship is still on the rocks, if you are drained from putting your all into it, body, mind and soul, but your partner does not get involved, let it go. Sometimes it is just not meant to be, and it is no one's fault. Besides your desires, the vision that you hold on to, there is a higher power that orchestrates everything in the universe so you can accomplish your highest mission on earth. Maybe this relationship would have not led you there. Believe in God and let go of your way for something better. God's way. Let go and let God. And finally, number 20. Being with someone means constantly being shaped. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, in every way. So do not fool yourself into believing that you will ever be the same again. Because you are both ever-evolving beings. There will be beliefs you will let go of, ambitions you will release, plans that will change, virtues that you will embrace, and if less lucky, weaknesses that you will develop. Never will you be the same again. This is why it's very important to choose your partner wisely. Never enter a relationship thinking that the other one will change so you can stay the same. Because in life and love, no one remains untouched. To wrap it up, this was my glorious list of 20 things I wish I knew earlier on about relationships. I'm Elisa and I hope that what I shared in this video will make a difference in the way you approach relationships. If this resonated with you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and share with me in the comments below what was your favorite lesson out of the 20 lessons I shared with you, and also what is one thing that you wish you knew earlier on about relationships. Till next time, keep rising.